I've been asked to do a tutorial on how to make communion bread since a lot of us are at home and having to make our own. I'm going to be using a recipe that my mother used. She happened to use plain flour and Crisco, but I prefer olive oil and whole wheat flour. You may use either one. The principle will be the same. So we'll take our flour, we'll put it in just a small bowl, and then we're going to take our oil and so we'll mix this in, a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. And then you take a fork and you can just work it in. It doesn't have to be exact. I don't think it was exact in Bible times. They didn't have a lot of the equipment that we have. So the thing is just to mix that in. And then we're going to take ice water. It seems to do a lot better with ice water. So I've set out some water that has ice in it. And let's get this mixed in. Again, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. If you end up with ugly communion bread, that's okay. It probably was not very pretty in Bible times, and that's not the point. In fact, the communion bread then, or the unleavened bread then, was probably not very appealing. So we'll take our ice water and we'll do about a tablespoon at a time. And you just work that in. Just keep working with it over and over. It's going to start to stiffen up a bit. Work that in. You can get another tablespoon. And work that in. Just mix it in so there's no graininess left. And then I just usually take my hand and work the dough. We're going to put a little pinch of salt. So let's put that in. And just work the dough with your hand. Just grab it up. Kids can do this as well. And then just do it like you're doing Play-Doh. Just work it in a bit so that it's not crumbly. And then you can roll it out. I'm using parchment paper so it doesn't stick. I'm using my mother's rolling pin. And just roll it out. I like to roll it fairly thin. You can turn your paper back and forth. And if you'd like, you can slice it into small pieces, or you can put it into smaller rounds, or you can just leave it whole and break it like that. But after you do that, you're pretty much ready to either slice it or put it in smaller pieces, cut it out with a biscuit cutter, whatever your preference is on that. Put it on your parchment paper, bake it at 400 degrees, and watch it closely. It will take about 5-ish minutes, give or take a minute or two. But just keep checking it. You don't want it to burn, but you do want it to get done. So basically, that's it.